Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Lights firearm holder killed outside bank in Montego Bay. The Freeport police are probing the shooting death of a man outside the JN Bank in Catherine Hall, Montego Bay, St. James yesterday morning. The victim, who is said to be from an upscale community in Montego Bay, has not yet been identified. It is reported that about 11 a.m., the man drove to the bank to conduct business and was attacked by armed men as he exited his motor vehicle. The victim, who is also a licensed firearm holder, was chased a short distance on the compound before he was shot multiple times. He died on the spot. The police are investigating the incident. Men flee, leaving car with 1,200 pounds of ganja in Bull Bay. The Narcotics Division of the Jamaica Constabulary Force has begun investigation into the seizure of marijuana, which were confiscated Thursday morning along the Norman Manley Highway. Reports are that about 11:40 a.m., the highway patrol team, which was on duty, received information from a motorist that a grey Toyota Wish motor car was in an accident along the Bull Bay Main Road and men were seen running from the vehicle. The police added that upon receiving the information, the patrol unit drove to the location where the abandoned vehicle matching the informant's description was located. A search was made of the vehicle and 14 parcels of compressed vegetable matter resembling ganja, estimated weight of about 1,200 pounds, were found in the back. The vehicle along with the drug was taken to the Bull Bay police station, the police reported. The police stated that the vehicle is registered to a woman from St. Elizabeth. No one was arrested in connection with the seizure. Mother of paralyzed 16-year-old wants help, stiffer gun penalties. Kedin Wilson Blair, the mother of 16-year-old Nishan Blair, who was paralyzed almost a year ago on his birthday by a gunman bullet in the New Hall district in Manchester, is beseeching the government to implement stiffer penalties as well as proper social intervention programs for people, particularly youth, who perpetrate gun crimes. I am appealing to the government to find a solution for young men committing crimes because gun violence is getting out of hand. My son got shot and nothing has come out of it. Do something about these gunmen picking up guns and doing wrong, she said in reference to stronger penalties for gun crimes. A family friend who requested not to be named lamented that groups that should be safeguarding the rights of children have not come forward to assist young Blair to improve his quality of life. The family friend found issue with a recent post on Twitter by human rights advocate Susan Goff, who took off the aim at the Jamaica Constabulary Force using the word kill to refer to men taken down in alleged confrontation with the police. He said none of the children advocacy or watchdog groups put in place for when a child is in danger, none of them know the quality of life he is living. None of them have been motivating the situation after he got shot. His parents are struggling every day to keep a meal on the table. He was a bright spark with great potential and could have been the next prime minister and could have been contributing to Jamaica in a significant way. Just the other day, Goff was saying that the police should stop using the word kill when they take down gunmen because that sets the tone for the force. She is yet to come and reject the shooting of this young man who is paralyzed. There must be a balance in what we advocate for. Are we advocating for the protection of our children, or are we advocating for the gunmen who have caused these great pains? This young man, the only thing he can do now is move his neck because of the dreaded monster that is out of control. On March 30, 2021, Wilson Blair was at work when she received a call informing her that her son was hit by a straight bullet at a shop nearby his home. The boy had gone to the shop to purchase a drink. At the shop were 3 other people, including the shopkeeper and 2 young adult males. A man, who turned out to be the shooter, entered the shop and ordered a cigarette and marijuana, but was told by the shopkeeper that there was none. According to Wilson Blair, the man then reached into his waistband and pulled out a firearm and began firing one at the men who were inside the shop. In an attempt to escape, Nishon was hit by a bullet which eventually paralyzed him. He went from Mandeville Regional Hospital to Kingston Public Hospital and then was transferred to the Sir John Golden Rehabilitation Center in St. Andrew. He received care in Kingston and St. Andrew for 8 months. On Monday, Wilson Blair told reporters that she and her husband are reeling from the impact of gun violence as their son, once an athletic star and academic powerhouse, is back at baby stage. With the inability to afford a caregiver, Wilson had to quit her job and her husband has to have to take up caring for their son, oftentimes resulting in the loss of income. He is home now, and while he's at home, I have to be the one doing everything for him. He can't do anything for himself. I cannot work and it is very hard for us. We struggle with it because it is very hard to see him reach 16 going on 17 and getting ready to go further and achieve his goal as a great footballer and then to be brought back to square one, Wilson Blair said. I have to bathe him, brush his teeth and change his diapers. My son doesn't know when he wants to urinate or defecate. I have to be always checking to see. Whenever time he wants to go in the wheelchair, we have to lift him. Even sometimes at night, as we lay down, we hear him call out, "Mommy, Daddy, come here." Either we have to fix his hand, his head, or something else. Sometimes we don't know how we do it. It must be God, she said. She added, he has to get medication and do therapy. Therapy costs $5,500 per day. I can only afford 3 sessions per week. He has in a urine bag and whenever time it is blocked, I have to call the doctor to come to our house even at late hours. He is supposed to be in 5th form but he had to repeat 4th form because he missed out a year. We have a shadow, a young lady who writes for him, takes his notes and helps him pertaining to school. I am appealing to the government for some assistance with my son to help him get back on his feet again and find a solution for young men because gun violence is getting out of hand. People wishing to donate to the cause may do through the GoFundMe account at http://64f7c338. His mother can be reached by cell phone at 876-880-4954. Superintendent of Police Velma Thomas Gill, Operations Officer at the Community Safety and Security Branch, opens an activity at the Domestic Violence Intervention Pop-Up at Newmarket Oval in Savannah Lamar.
I want for you to know that it is very, very important to communicate. Communicate with each other. Remember, domestic violence doesn't start when you murder someone. It starts at the beginning, where you tell your child how ugly they are, and they favor them pooper, and all of that. They live with that forever. We are asking the male to stop beating the ladies, stop abusing them, whether financially, verbally, or physically. And ladies, we know that a lot of you beat the men them too. Yeah, we know the ladies beat the men. And we want to ask you to stop beating them. Stop beating them. Stop abusing them. There are times you have an argument, you can walk it out. Find somebody to talk to. And that is why we are here today, because in Westmoreland, in the Grill, there is a domestic violence center. And we want to encourage you to go to the center to make your report. You have your police officers here. And we just want you to know that we are all here for you and there is a better way. So from all of us, we are saying, love you all, and we want you all to learn to love each other. But first of all, love yourself. Love yourself, and you will love each other. As our team goes, enough is enough. Let's talk about it. There is a better way. So all the best for you, Westmoreland, and you will be entertained. And I just want all of you to know that our message is preaching the love to all of us in order for us to have a safer Jamaica, and we will be okay. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yam Park vendors benefit from $800,000 in grant after Observer story. Vendors at the Melrose Yam Park have benefited from economic enablement grants and other assistance totaling $800,000 after the facility was reopened last December following a 4-month closure. The Yam Park has been ordered closed last August after the Manchester Health Department said there were operational breaches at the facility. It was recently reopened following renovation work by the Manchester Municipal Corporation. Member of Parliament for Manchester Central Rhoda Crawford told the Jamaica Observer that 21 vendors at the facility received assistance following the handing over of checks last Sunday. She added that she saw stories published by the Observer about the Young Park, including last Friday's story headline, "Business Slow at Melrose Young Park," which reported on vendors hoping that the facility will return to its glorious days. I wasn't initially aware of the issues because, of course, the Melrose Yam Park is managed and operated by the Manchester Municipal Corporation, said Crawford. I noticed passing by and saw that the shops were closed, so I reached out to the Chief Executive Officer of the council to see what was happening. Shortly after that, I saw the newspaper articles, she said. When I saw the last report from the Observer, where they maintained that the difficulties of the vendors, when I saw that report, I smiled to myself knowing that I had already advanced plans to help them, and I know that I had checks in hand to deliver on Sunday, she added. She said when the facility reopened, she spoke with the vendors. I decided to do an actual visit there so I could see firsthand if all of what is to be in place was done, and just to speak with the vendors to see how they are managing. Some of them reported that business had been a bit slow and they needed some help. So I decided that I would offer them some economic enablement grants to boost things for them, and during that period, many of them asked for welfare assistance, she explained. Based on what they needed, those who wanted the grants valued at $50,000 each, and other assistance programs vary, she added. She said the other grants for building material and tuition benefits for the vendors and their families are being processed. This is not a joke. Chairman of the St. Mary Municipal Corporation, Richard Carey, is pushing for all government entities to lead by example and stop doing business with private companies that do not have trade license. No government entity should be doing business with a business that is not compliant with trade license, declared Richard during last Thursday's monthly meeting of the corporation. Richard called for a national adoption of his proposal, even as he admitted that the St. Mary Municipal Corporation is having a difficulty implementing it at the parish level. He had previously announced that this corporation would have brought the policy into effect on November 1, 2021. In anticipation of that date, the corporation wrote to its more than 100 suppliers of goods, advising them about the new requirement. However, only 14 of them so far have presented proof that they have trade license, and Richard argued that this was absolutely ridiculous. In a warning of businesses, Richard declared, "Obviously, persons think this is a joke. Well, it is not." He said he is aware that only a few companies in Port Maris commercial hub are in possession of trade license, which under law, suppliers of goods are required to have. Trade license funds the municipal corporation, and we cannot continue to give up this revenue. I am adamant that we are going to find suppliers who are compliant with trade license. I prefer to pay a little more for goods from somebody who is a compliant rather than buying goods from somebody who is not, Richard declared. The corporation chairman also disclosed that he has brought his proposal to the attention of the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Desmond McKenzie, who reportedly promised to have the matter discussed by Cabinet. The minister seems to like the idea and said he will be taking it to another level to have that discussion, and I am hoping that something will come out of that, said Richard. He told the meeting that McKenzie had appointed him to chair a committee of municipality chairmen which will examine ways to enhance the collection of property tax and trade license fees. Those discussions are yet to be completed, but Richard had already decided that one formal recommendation will be for municipalities to do business only with holders of trade license. Businesses in Montego Bay eagerly await bypass. Business interests in Montego Bay St. James are eagerly awaiting the start of construction of the perimeter road to bypass the city, pointing out that the resort town needs it now more than ever. They added that traffic congestion has been worsening daily, affecting productivity and ease of movement. The city has been growing and will continue to grow, and growth and lack of infrastructure are in conflict, which would be harmful to the future, so the perimeter road is critical and will cauterize these problems. Montego Bay Chamber and Industry President Janet Silvera stated, "For me, there is no ifs or buts. The perimeter road is a vital piece of infrastructural development which will open up the opportunity for potential investment in the city of Montego Bay and its environs. It also opened new lands for planned residential communities and at the same time offers the possibility of reducing squatting," she added. Silvera argued that the city's existing roads cannot accommodate the volume of traffic, resulting in unacceptable delays, adding that when it rains the situation worsened, and the perimeter road will result in significant reduction to issues now being experienced by commercial tourism and commuters' traffic. For her part, owner of Smoke Z by the Sea Bar and Grill, Roxanne Mirage, said the perimeter road would be godsend at this time, noting that we shouldn't be taking over an hour from Ironshore to Fairview, which is normally a 15-minute drive. "It's no-brainer. What exists now is certainly untenable. We cannot go on like this, especially when it rains. The fact that the perimeter road will not be a reality is music to our collective ears," she added. Chief Executive Officer CEO of Choca Caribbean Adventures, Mark Maville, said he too is happy that the perimeter road to ease traffic congestion in Montego Bay is coming. "My office is in Freeport, and to take so much time to get there because of traffic congestion is so frustrating," he noted. "This has been a problem plaguing Montego Bay for quite a while and have to be addressed. I am just happy that good sense has finally prevailed and that work will soon begin to make this dream a reality," Melville stated. A US $274.5 million contract was signed late last year for the Montego Bay Perimeter Road project, which will see construction of a 14.9-kilometer bypass of the city. This is expected to create a safe and reliable alternative route for motorists traveling along that corridor. It will also assist in reducing traffic congestion within the city. The scope of work includes the construction of the Montego Bay Bypass Road, rehabilitation of Barnett Street and West Green Avenue, as well as the construction of the Long Hill Bypass, 10.5 kilometers. A drainage study of the Montego Bay Bypass area is also to be conducted under the project. The Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation entered into the contractual agreement with China Harbour Engineering Company Limited for the entity to carry out the works. It is expected that the project will open new areas to the south of Montego Bay for development and expansion, giving access to lands for housing development. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.